And the Army War College works with these officers that are already masters of the tactical and operational art, and we're starting to transition them into becoming strategic leaders. And there's a big difference there in going from being able to master tactics, being able to master operations, to becoming a strategic thinker, a strategic leader. What I'd like to say is up to now, for the first half of the career of the officers we get as students, they have been absolute experts at obeying orders. And then they've spent half their career becoming masters at giving orders. When you're becoming a strategic leader, one of the big challenges is you have to decide what orders need to be given. And it requires forthrightly approaching the issue that sometimes interests are in collision, sometimes interests are in conflict. So what I've learned is very important to get on the course the right time. And the ability, the opportunity to help work on these doctrine materials has been extremely rewarding to help bring my experience, the experience of the other people at PKSOI, whether active duty military, retired military, or people with civilian subject matter expertise into the equation to help make sure that we're going to be able to do it right. Counterinsurgency operations that have not necessarily directly involved the United States or the U.S. military are going around the world constantly, as well as humanitarian relief and response to disasters going around constantly, as well as stabilization, whether in the economic sector, the security sector, are also going on. And this is what I've largely been working on during my 26 years overseas in Uncle Sam's service. And so I can bring some of those other perspectives in, say, well, actually this has been tried, let's look at this, what are the basic principles? You know, it's like I point out sometimes, when you look at USAID, you know, we have people in the U.S. government that have PhDs in development, economic development planning, etc. And so we know that there is expertise out there, and sometimes I can point to some of the expertise that we can pull in. One of the special projects that I actually found most rewarding was the opportunity to travel with PKSOI's Colonel Mike Anderson to Afghanistan for a TDY that was worked out to be about 8 weeks long, working to operationalize the General McChrystal's strategic guidance into the campaign plan for the U.S. forces, U.S. and coalition forces operating in Afghanistan. This was a tremendous experience because with the background that I had achieved at PKSOI, as well as the background from having worked in Afghanistan and the tribal areas for a long time, Colonel Anderson and I really think we're able to inject ourselves at the right spots to do those course corrections in advance to help get a more secure, more feasible, and ultimately more successful campaign plan.